NBC10 at issue.
Now just imagine learning you have a disease that could leave you blind and unable to use your hands, and that's just half of it for Bob Cafaro. As a cellist with the Philadelphia Orchestra, getting the difficult diagnosis of multiple sclerosis could have meant giving up the career he so loved. But Cafaro decided to conquer his illness in a way that surprised even his doctor. It is so inspiring. With me now is Bob Cafaro, here to share more about how he accomplished what seemed to be the impossible. Thank you for being here, Bob. But before we begin, let me play a part of the interview with your doctor and hear how he describes your symptoms.
And he also had lesions in his spinal cord, so he couldn't use his arms and legs, play the cello. He couldn't read well. He was off balance, unsteady. So he was affected visually as well as neurologically.
Pretty amazing. Now, your doctor refers to you as overcoming MS. Bob, how would you describe your transformation?
Well, he was the doctor that told me I'd be on permanent disability, and at that point I just decided I was going to find my own way out. And I'm a musician, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a chemist. There were answers out there, I was determined to find them.
You must have done some research. You created a diet, on exercise and something you call achieving the placebo effect. Tell us what that is.
Well, if you look at any clinical trial where they have a placebo group, you will get a group of people that will improve inexplicably. And multiple sclerosis has a disproportionately higher rate of success. And to me, that was just not some anomaly that's been written off by science and medicine. There were answers there. And if you look at the Rogaine clinical trial study, you had a very, very large number of men in the placebo group that started growing hair where they did not have it.
As you were working through your treatment, you were telling me, watching the previous interview with Ray Didinger, that you went to NFL Films, contracted to play music for them. And tell our viewers what happened.
This was my first experience. After I saw Dr. SERGOTT in August of 1999, I told him that I was going back to work in 6 weeks when the orchestra season started, and he couldn't believe it. I was unable to move my hands. I could hardly see. I could hardly walk. And I went back and I mimed it. I really was just faking it with the Philadelphia Orchestra. And a month later, I got called to do my first NFL Films recording in the studio in Mount Laurel. And I went there, and here I was. I could hardly control my hands, and I was hoping people around me wouldn't notice. But apparently, I pulled it off.
And they didn't.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Bob. What a great pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much.
You're a true inspiration. We appreciate coming and telling us your story. Well, Bob's doctor isn't ready to call Bob cured of the disease just yet, and says symptoms could return. And of course, never begin a program like Bob's without talking to your doctor first.